everyone, and welcome to today's recap session on RP data for mobile. My name is Amanda, and I will be your client trainer for today. So, for today's agenda, I'll show you how to understand the app's basic functionalities, how to utilize My Territory features, leveraging nearby searches, mastering search functionalities, exploring property details page, generating reports, managing your notification, and analyzing those market trends. Now, if you haven't already downloaded the mobile app, here are some QR codes, one for the App Store and one for the Google Play Store. So you can just scan it using your camera, and that will take you to the relevant App Store to download. Now, I am going to get straight into it, and what I am going to do for today is share my mobile screen so you can have a really good look at how to navigate the mobile app. So I am just going to go ahead and switch my screens over here, and I will go into the mobile app. So as you can see, I've got RP data to the left there. Now I have already put in my username and password. It will be the same that you use for the desktop login, so just use those same details. Now, what we have in front of us is the home page. You can see My Territory there, so we are going to start by clicking on that tab. Now here we are looking at suburbs within My Territory. Now as you can see, I've got 3 listed there right in front of me, and you can see this on the map and it's highlighted in purple. Now in order to add in a new territory, you can click on that plus button on the top right hand corner and go ahead and add in your desired location. Click it once it loads, and there you go. It is now added onto my map and it is in my list. Now at any time you want to remove one, you just slide it across and then click delete. And now you can see that one is removed and I've just got the 3 suburbs left behind. Now looking under Carnegie, you can see what's recently sold, currently for sale, or currently for rent. You can press those different sections and it's going to bring up a list of those properties. So I'm going to go ahead and click 257 under recently sold. And there I can scroll through and look at all of those individual properties. Now I'm going to go back by clicking on that top left-hand corner and then going for sale. So I'm going to click on 199 this time, and you can do those same actions once again. Going back, we're then going to click on for rent on the 287, like so. Perfect. Now I'm going to go back to this screen because I do want to show you down below where it says notifications for My Territory. So just click on this one, and as you can see, there are different notifications that we can turn on. So this is when you can manage should you want to be notified a property comes up for sale or for rent or sales. You can also set up your withdrawn and aged listings. So simply by tapping on the number that's in front of you, backspace on your keyboard, and you can type in a different number. And then that way it's now saved. You can do the same by turning on aged, and you've got the number there once again. You can also do the tenure for houses and units. This is where you can also set up your emails, whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly. And then just down below, we do have property type. So it says all currently, but if I click on that, I can change it around if I'd like. Great. Clicking on that blue arrow facing down, and it's now hidden. So what we are going to do is go back to that main page when we first logged in, and this time we're going to click on nearby search. Now it is going to find your current location. Now if you set this up when you first logged in, it would have asked you to turn on notifications and share your location. Just make sure you click yes, so that way it notifies where you are, and you'll be able to use the nearby search. So as you can see, I'm in a location and I may not know what properties are sitting nearby. That's why we've got all of those kind of grey dots appearing. So if you click into them, you can see and it shows you the property. Now what you can also see is that there is a blue dot that's sitting there. That is because that property is currently up for sale. So if I press onto it and the blue dot, you can see that it's currently up for sale. Now, if there's a green dot, it means it's for rent, and if it's red, it means it's recently sold. So try moving it down on my map. Now, if you move the location of your map, it will follow along and then search for nearby properties, so you can have a good look at what's nearby. Alright, in the top right-hand corner, we can see that funnel-looking icon. This is where you can change some of your filters, so you can have a look at what's for rent, for sale, or what's been sold. We've got our radius and all of those core filters sitting there, but if you keep scrolling through, you can have a look at all of those additional filters as well. Cancelling that one out. Moving down, you can view these properties on a list, and you can scroll through and have a really good look. If I go back to our map view, it will take me back to this view. Down below, we do have our map layers that you can put on. So if I want to see what's been sold within those last periods, I can go through and zoom out and have a look. And as you can see, it's got those different highlighted for the properties. Turn these ones off. Going down, you can also see how you want to view your map. So whether it's a satellite view or just our current street view. And then down below is where we've got that draw on the map feature. So I'm just going to click onto my screen, draw a nice rectangle, hopefully. There we go. Keep going. And then combining it, and it's going to show you your area of those properties. So if I click View Properties, it's now going to show me all of those that are located within that area. You can also zoom in if you'd like as well. So there you go. You can search for those areas. Perfect. Now I am going to go back to that home page and we'll take a look at what's in front of us. So we do have that search bar and you can scroll through the last 40 searches that you have conducted. Now it has synced in with your desktop. So whatever you've searched on your desktop will also relay here as well. We then have the address where you can search using the address or suburb or council area or postcode. You can click into it and type in your desired location. We then have name. So if you tap into that search bar, it pops up with name, company, or building. Clicking council will take you back here. Now, if you're on the premium or pro subscription, you can then have a look at the prospecting. So once again, clicking into that search bar, and we've got our aged, tenure, and withdrawn. Now, just really quickly, age search will show you properties that have been on market longer than 60 days. On tenure, you can have a look at the hold period for a particular suburb that is likely to transact based on the market conditions and trends for that particular location. And withdrawn, it will be showing properties listed in the last year, however, no transactions or activity found in the last 100 days. And then lastly, we do have our parcels. So if I click into the search bar, we have our parcel here and our volume folio. Now, as you can see, I've got one in my recent, so I'm just going to select that and it will take us to our property details page. So now that we're here, we may as well take a look around. In front of us, we've got the imagery. If I click into it, it enlarges and I can scroll through. The bottom right-hand corner, we've got those 4 little squares and that shows you all of the property photos against that individual property. And to the right, you can see if there's any floor plans as well. Closing it out and scrolling down, clicking on a map, you can either view this property on a map search around this property, or search for similar properties. Going back, we can have a look at all of our reports here, so you can go ahead and generate them or create them from this tab. Going back, we then have our CMAs for both sales or rentals, and if you're in Victoria, you've got your statement of information. And then we do have these 3 dots to the right of that where you can send property feedback, have a look at directions to this property, or launch this property onto the RP Data website. Right, moving down, we then have our property information and we've got that update data tab. So once again, similar to the desktop, this is how you can notify us if there are any changes, and you can go ahead and add in new photos if you'd like. And the drop down below is just adding in any additional comments before you send it. Click cancel. That pencil icon with the notepad will take you to the property notes tab. I'm just going to keep scrolling down so you can have a look at the other information, but I'll let you know when I get there so you can see where it connects you to. It's got the last sold information and price. We then got the valuation estimate and rental estimate by CoreLogic. Here you can find the owner information, and then you can click into it and it's got that information there that automatically inputs. Then have our property notes. If I click into it, you can see I've got a note that says has a pool, or I can type owner is looking to sell, and click save. Now same to the desktop, only these notes save against the user login, so my colleague who uses a completely different login won't be able to see my notes. And that pencil icon will take you to this section as well. Property history, we've got all of the information relating to it, or you can scroll through the different categories and see if there's any DAs. We've got the listing description here from when it was last listed. You can scroll through and read through it. Any additional information over here, you can have a look. And then lastly, we've got similar properties that we've found recently sold for sale or for rent. But then just below that, we do have nearby schools. So in the catchment, or all that are nearby. We then have our Richmond Insights. Now, because it is a house, it's showing the median value for houses. But if it was a unit, it would show the market trends related to units. We can also go ahead and view all trends, but I am going to talk about that later because there's a lot of information that you can have a look that is very useful. Now I have just scrolled back up because I do just want to talk about the star icon. As you can see, mine is yellow, and that is because I've already added it to one of my watch list. So I've added it to property with notes or Richmond. Now, in order to create a new watch list, you can click on that plus button on the top right-hand corner, or where it says create a new watch list, click on that and give it a name. So I'll give it Richmond, click OK. And this is where you can turn on all of those notifications for your individual property. So I can be notified if it comes up for sale, for rent, or sales. This is where you can set up a sale anniversary, so it gives you a reminder when to reach back out to your client and say, you know, it's been 1 year, congratulations, how's it all going, and start those conversations. You can also turn on should any of the price changes on the listing. You can also set up emails, so whether it's daily, weekly, or monthly once again. And then lastly, the push notifications is referring to the mobile app. I'm not going to save it because I've already got a watch list called Richmond, but that is how you can go ahead and do it. Clicking cancel, I will go back and talk about the top right-hand corner just above the star where it says PR. Now this is a property report that you can generate and send to anyone. You don't have to put in a name. You can just go ahead and click generate report and it will bring up that property information in front of you. Now, there are a couple of options you can have when you're sharing any report, and this is any report from the mobile app. So you can just share it to them like normally, or you can send a trackable link, and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the property information over here as I scroll through. On the top right-hand corner where it says share, this is our options. So we can either share a link, we can share a trackable link. So this means when you've sent it, whoever opens it, you'll get a notification advising you that they've opened it. And then lastly, share the report file. So you've got those options once again. Awesome. I'm going to close it out and go back. And down the bottom, we're now going to move across to our list tab. So here you can find all of your watch lists that you have created. So we've got my Richmond, sample, and property with notes. This automatically creates on the RP Data mobile app. So as soon as you put notes against a property, it just creates that category for you, making it nice and easy to find those properties that you've made notes against. To the right of that, we've got saved searches. So this is syncing in with your desktop. So if you create a saved search on the desktop, it's going to sync in with your mobile app and vice versa. You can go ahead and choose the settings to edit it or remove it if you'd like. Great, we're then going to move to the middle section is where we've got the market. So this is where you can find all information relating to market trends. So we do have our search bar here. So I'm going to click into this one, and for today, I'm going to go ahead and use Caulfield as my example. Now there are plus icons. This means you can go ahead and add it. If I click on that little X to remove the word Caulfield, you can see that I can go ahead and type in more suburbs. So I'm going to go ahead and add in Elsternwick. Oh, if I can spell it right, there we go. Click on the plus, and I might go ahead and add in one more, Carnegie. Now, because I clicked on Carnegie, it's finalized it rather than me clicking on that plus icon. So just keep that in mind. If you're adding multiple, you just got to add the plus icon. But you can compare all the suburbs against each other. So currently I'm in a graph view. You can toggle between the house, unit, or land. So if I looked at units, we can see the change. You can have a look what's happened over the last 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, or 1 year. You can change whether you look at the monthly, quarterly, or yearly. So I'll change it to quarterly. And the median value. Now there's a bunch of different filters. I can have a look at median days on market if I wanted to. So this is quite useful. You can also change your graph to a list view where you've got all of those figures right in front of you, making it a lot easier to have a look. But that's how you can go ahead and look at that information. You can go ahead and share it with any one of your contacts or text it to them if you'd like. But I have just gone back. You can also have a look at auction results. So we've got all of the states and the cities, sorry. So if I had a look at Melbourne, I can see what's been happening over the previous and current year, the capital or the state. Down below, you've got the clearance rate and the total amount of auctions. And then scrolling down, you've got a lot of other different places that you can go through and have a look. So a lot of insight into the market trends. If you've shared your location, it will find the suburbs that you are nearby and any that you have saved. So you say if I did this search, one that you can see I've saved previously. So we've got the star icon on the top right-hand corner. So clicking it means that it's going to save and you can just easily go back to it rather than putting all your filters in again. Alrighty, moving across, we then have our notifications down below. I've clicked into it. So these are all our notifications I have received for those ones that I want updates for. That funnel icon again in the top right-hand corner is where you can filter down. So watch list name, notification event, the date, or notification source, cancel and cancel. And then the last one I can do is go to more on our bottom bar. This is where you can find your information. We've got our help articles to assist you when you're exploring the mobile app. We've then got contact us, so our email, website, and phone number. Going back, we've then got our what's new. So if we release any feature updates, you can go through here and see what's been changed. Going back, you can suggest a feature for us if there's something you'd really like to see. I'd recommend going in and putting as much detail as possible, and it sends off to our product team to investigate. Then lastly, we've just got all of our legal information, disclaimers, and privacy policies. This way you can also log out once again. But that takes me to the end of today's session in terms of looking at the mobile app. As well. So I'm just going to go back and share my desktop screen this time, just because I do want to show you that we do have help. You can go and click on support from our CoreLogic main page, and you can find RP Data Mobile, and we've got all of our user guides and manuals there as well. So just to recap from today's session, hopefully you now understand the app's basic functionalities, how to utilize My Territory features, leveraging nearby searches, mastering the search functionalities, exploring the property details page and what's included, generating those reports, managing your notifications, and looking at the market trends. But hopefully that all made sense to you, and feel free to reach out to us directly at any time should you have any additional questions. But otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.